And the big thing, however, let's say the scarcity mindset is showing up in your life, whether it's like also, I've seen it in women too, like there's just not enough to go around. So we do get into that comparison mindset, or if her business is successful, that must mean that mine's going to be less successful. That's scarcity because you think there's not enough success to go around. However, it's showing up for you too. I think it's just like to the experience that it might seem like, well, Maria, this is just how it is for me. This is just how I am. So anything that you're kind of inclined to say, this is just how I am. This is just my life or my perspective.
And you think it can't change.
And you think it can't change. Sit with that. Take a second. And if you're listening to this episode, understand that when you work with someone who's certified in subconscious mindset techniques, man, you can shift a lot of things that you think, well, this is just how I am.
Yeah. And it's like you said, from going back to the very beginning, like it's the like peeling back the layers, right? Because it doesn't mean the first time you work with someone, all of a sudden you're going to be like cracked wide open.
Yes, agreed.
Like your subconscious will only present to you what's safe in that moment. And then the more you work, the more you peel back. Like I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and it wasn't until just this past December that I peeled back like a whole new layer that I like didn't know was there. So it's like just know that there's always going to be layers presented.
Yes. And I think it's like there's a beauty actually in peeling back layer by layer. And the more you are using subconscious techniques with someone or doing it on yourself too, I think also there becomes less, how do I want to say, like less fear than like, so to me, like, right, when another layer comes up for me, instead of like going into like, oh God, I'm broken again, or I don't know, like, oh shoot, I thought I completed my healing. At the end of the day, I'm more now like, sweet, I've got tools for this. We can shift this either myself or I can work with someone else. But it's understanding it is a journey, but there doesn't have to be fear with that, or you don't have to wait until you're quote unquote fixed or fully healed, because that's a lifelong
Never
journey. No.
lifelong journey. And it's like celebration, right? Because it's
Yes.
what did I just posted this too? I was like, whenever we think we're like being triggered, like we can just see that as like being a bad thing. But if you celebrate it, it's your subconscious saying, hey, this is safe to move through right now. And you get to celebrate that because it's like a new layer.
Yes. Agreed. So yeah. Oh, I love this. Julie, so can you share how can listeners find you, connect with you? Do you have anything coming up, anything new happening that if people are really interested to learn more about your work, share that.
Yeah.
And then any links or anything we'll also have down in the show notes as well.
Yeah. I mean, Instagram is usually my jam for social media. So
Awesome.
julie.m.costa. And then my website's the same, juliemcosta.com. We are enrolling for the next cohort of
Woo!
Anchored Certification Program that kicks off in January. And then for anybody who wants to, I don't know, like practice self-hypnosis anywhere, anytime, like I do have a digital library too of like, I think it's like 80 plus audios at this point, which is kind of crazy.
That's awesome.
And I can share that as well.
Awesome. Okay. I love this. I highly recommend checking Julie out. I follow her on Instagram. She always is dropping some great gold nuggets. So go check her out. Thank you so much, Julie, for being on the Unleash Your Potential podcast today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.